H.G. Hill Middle School, welcome to the 7th grade virtual open house and annual Title I meeting. We are excited to get this school year off to a great start. We're going online, which is something very new for us. This will be recorded, so you'll be able to look at this later on. And now I'm turning it over to Ms. McInnes.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Stevie McInnes. I am 7th grade team lead and one of our literacy teachers. We have our team on. Most of our 7th grade team of teachers is on right now, and we have information for you guys, a little bit about each teacher, and just some information about the 7th grade schedule, just a few things specific to 7th grade, but each of us will take turns going through and telling a little bit about ourselves. But we are so glad that you all are here and joining us, and we're really excited to start this school year. It'll be an interesting one, but we are all very excited. So if you all see the QR code there, and it will come back up at the end of the presentation also. If you scan that with your camera on your phone, it will bring up a list of all of our teachers' contact information. So our names, the subjects that we teach, and our email addresses, so that you all have that for any questions or anything we're happy to answer. So if we could go to the next slide, the next one. And there we go. Okay, so here's just a little bit about me real quick. So again, I'm Miss McInnes. I teach literacy in the honors literacy class, and I'm the team lead. This is my 5th year teaching at H.G. Hill, and I love it. And I really love reading and writing and kind of sharing with kids, sharing books, talking about books, talking about writing. And so I really can't wait to meet my students and meet everyone, to just get to know everybody. So that's a little bit about me. Next up, we have Miss Cornell.
Hello, I'm Miss Cornell, the 7th grade math teacher. This will be my 13th year teaching at H.G. Hill Middle. I'm excited to meet my new students this year. A little bit about me. I really enjoy the outdoors. Went to college at Adelphi University and Shawnee State. And basically, I have 2 kids and 3 pets. That's it.
All right, great. So Mr. Green maybe will get back on at some point. He may be able to join us soon, but if not, I can tell you guys a little bit about Mr. Green. He is the science teacher, and he will have one section of math. He and his wife, it's definitely a science family, and he loves talking about science. This is going to be his 3rd year in the science classroom at H.G. Hill in 7th grade. Mr. Wood is 7th grade literacy teacher also. This is his 2nd year teaching and 2nd year at H.G. Hill, and he has a background in songwriting, and so he likes to bring that into his classes also. So that is Mr. Wood. Miss Leek is, this will be her 1st year teaching. She is teaching social studies and one subject or one section of literacy. This is her 1st year teaching. She went to Vanderbilt, and she is from Wisconsin. And so the map that she put on there, I know is kind of cool, with a little bit of information about where she's lived and where she's taught. But that is Miss Leek. And next is Miss Buchanan, which
Hello.
she is on here. Yes.
My name is Miss Buchanan, and this is my 1st year at H.G. Hill Middle Prep. I'm excited to meet the students and families tonight. Some things about me. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can just.
Oh, you're fine. I love to travel, and the first the last place I visited was New York City. I attended Belmont University and obtained a degree in Masters of Education. I have 2 children, one in high school and the other just graduated. And just remember, with determination and willingness to learn, we will get through anything, even this year.
That's right.
Thank
Great insight, Miss Buchanan. Miss Shepherd, I think we're having some technology issues with some of our teachers getting on, so we apologize for that. But Miss Shepherd is going to be one of our other math teachers, and she has been a numeracy coach at other schools. So she's been out of the classroom for a little while and is now coming back to the classroom. So she's got lots of math experience, which is really great, and we're excited to have her on our team. Let's see, next is Miss Gayle. So Miss Gayle is part of the 7th grade team. So she is our exceptional education low incidence teacher. And that classroom is on our 7th grade hall. And so this is her 2nd year officially at HG Hill. She started right before the closure in the spring. So she is our exceptional ed low incidence teacher. And next we have Miss Humple, who is on here.
I'm Gwen Humple. This is my 20-something year in education, and I love it. I have 4 adult children that I've raised, and my motto is you get to choose what kind of day you're going to have. I hope you choose to make it a good one. So I look forward to meeting all the students. For students with IEPs, we also have something called a CLIP. It's a continuous learning individualized plan. And it is written for students during COVID-19, and it is a way that we will ensure that services are provided to students virtually. Teachers and related service providers will begin supporting in core curriculum and then begin interventions as well. And we will collect data to make sure that students' needs are being met. If you have questions, you can get a hold of myself. There's my email, or Tracy Goulis and her email. And here's Tracy. So this is Tracy Goulis's 22nd year as an exceptional educator. She was Teacher of the Year in 2017 and 19. She teaches ELA and math, and her favorite hobbies are reading, gardening, sports, and dancing. And her motto is ready to embark on a new virtual teaching and learning experience with students.
Okay.
And
our clip, continuous, continuing the clip is continuous learning individualized plan is intended to capture how we provide the services and supports outlined in your child's IEP or section 504. Parents of students who receive IEP services have received a parent letter outlining the clip. Parents will be contacted this week and next week regarding the clip for your child. And our district will hold a live session in collaboration with the support and training for exceptional parents to provide information about virtual learning and clips on July the 30th at 7. You can access the event at https://bit.ly/EE for families 7:30. Please join us for the live recording. Additionally, the district is planning a town hall event.
Okay, next, Miss Longnecker. I know she has been trying to get on. If she is able to join us in a moment, we will let her talk about the English language learners, but she is one of our EL teachers, Miss Longnecker, and she has been teaching. She has lots of years of experience in teaching, and so she is one of the teachers that the 7th grade EL students might have. So if we could go to the next slide. Next slide is just a little bit more about our English language learners. So each EL student will have an individual learning plan. And so that will have the individual language learning goals for each student, and each EL student will be assigned to a specific EL teacher and receive the 5 hours of per week of EL instruction using the 7th grade standards and curriculum. And so the EL teachers will be communicating that and making sure that our students are taken care of. Oh, and I think Miss Longnecker actually was just able to join. So Miss Longnecker, if I could have you, I know kind of throwing you in to talk about this. I just kind of read through the bullet point. If you could chat about the EL students.
Ms. McInnes, we'll have to just have Ms. Longnecker talk. Her camera's not on, so she can just turn off her microphone and she can talk about her EL students.
Perfect. Thank you. Ms. Longnecker, if you are able. If not, we can, she will be available. I did include her email address in our 7th grade contact list for teachers. Oh, maybe Ms. Longnecker?
No.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay.
Okay, fine. My computer is running very slowly tonight. I'm sorry.
That is okay.
It said I cannot see a PowerPoint if you're showing any PowerPoint. I just know that we have 4 EL teachers now, and we will each be working with different grade levels, and some of our students have scored high enough on their WIDA test from last year that they will be considered inclusion students, and they will have an EL teacher in the regular classroom for ELA with them to help them master the standards being presented in the classroom. And then some of the students will come and work specifically with only the EL teacher for their ELAs. We don't have any specifics just yet as far as to be able to tell you who is going where. We need a few more days to work out those details, but we're looking forward to having a great year and being able to accomplish a lot of things.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Longnecker. Now, Ms. Davis.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ms. Davis, and a little bit about me. I have received my education at Tennessee State University, both my Bachelor's of Science degree and my Master's degree. I have 7 years of experience in school counseling, and this is my 2nd year at HG Hill, which I'm very excited to be here. And I've been married for 12 years, and I have 3 amazing children, as you can see. So my motto is, if you can be anything, be kind, and be the I in kind as well. Thank you, and have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Okay. So that's, I know, kind of quickly going through the teachers, but we now want to talk more about what the virtual learning will look like. So you will see on the schedule that the student schedule, Dr. Jones did a call out today with that information, and I will have that schedule up in a couple slides. There will be synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. So synchronous learning just means that the student is on their device with their camera on, ideally, interacting with their teacher and with their peers, and we will have this set class time. So each class period will meet with their teacher and peers 3 times a week. Another synchronous learning opportunity is for office hours. So every teacher will offer office hours for an hour or 3 times a week. And so students can come on and ask questions and get some one-on-one help, just do check-ins. And so that will be our synchronous learning. Asynchronous learning is what will take place on Schoology with the assignments. Students are working through those independently with due dates that will be very clearly announced. Due dates working through each class period. So that's synchronous and asynchronous. And next slide. So all the virtual learning will take place on Schoology. And so while we may be doing a Teams event for the synchronous learning, that will all be linked through Schoology. So students will use their MNPS credentials to log in at mnps.schoology.com. The MNPS website has lots of great resources about technology, getting logged in, and at their website, the mnps.org/digital tools. It's really helpful. You can get links to Clever, to Schoology, and several other things. So that's helpful to know. Okay. So just a few points we wanted to bring up about how your student can be successful in the virtual environment. So we really encourage every student to check each course in Schoology every day. Just get on there, make sure they haven't missed any assignments. Just make sure they can check feedback, because teachers will be giving feedback on their assignments and their participation. So really just making sure they're actively involved in the courses and assignments. Following the virtual schedule, we could go back real quick.
Oh, there we go.
Following the virtual schedule and just kind of keeping up with the assignment due date. So really just, again, by checking Schoology every day and keeping up with the classes, then they will be doing great. And then ask for help. We really want our students to interact with us during office hours. So teachers will be available. That's a great time to hop on if maybe they don't want to ask in front of the whole class, but teachers are also available through email, which our contact info will be at the end of the presentation again. Okay, so our next slide, now this is probably what people were wanting to see. This is the 7th grade specific virtual schedule for students. So I tried to make the font bigger for the times when we are meeting synchronously as a class, and you will see there's a number beside each one, and that will correspond with their actual schedule that they will receive soon, so that they know it would be first is PLT, second is a class, which we will call that first period, but second is a class. Then their related arts is 3, listed as 3. Then they'll have another class listed as 4, and then their final class listed as 5. And so you'll see the office hours. All of this information was sent out in the call out today, and there is a website that we've created, a Linktree website that has this virtual schedule also linked on there, and we will make it very clear when class times are happening virtually for everyone to be aware of that.
Miss McInnes?
Yes.
Hi, it's Miss Maggie. And so we're getting a couple of questions, several questions about the schedule. So if we could leave that up for a second. There are printed copies of that on the Linktree, and the way you get to Linktree is if you go to our Facebook page and go to the very top pin post, that takes you straight to the Linktree, and where you could see this and print it. We're also going to give this to every student who wants to come on Monday and get a nice little free package of supplies. We're going to print a color copy so you can see the 7th grade and the 6th grade and the 5th grade. The important thing to look at is keep checking Parent Portal and keep checking Schoology, because at some point the district is going to push those schedules, meaning you have Miss McInnes for ELA in period 2, where it will match up to this. And so that's the connection. All the people who are asking the question about teachers and schedules, you'll see that online, and then you'll match it up to what Miss McInnes just explained. And that's how we'll go forward. What we can't tell you, sadly, is we can't post all the students' names that are in classes, because that would be a privacy violation. So once you go into that first class with Miss McInnes or Mr. Wood or Miss Cornell or anybody, you'll see all your friends on there online live.
Perfect. Thank you for that extra explanation, Miss Maggie. The next thing we have up, we'll just touch on quickly, is our related arts survey. So again, Dr. Jones has done a call out about this also, but we have a survey, and you could, again, scan the QR code with the camera on your phone, or when we put the PowerPoint out afterwards, you will have access to the link. But that's where you can go on to put some suggestions, or I'm sorry, to kind of pick and choose what you would like for related arts, so band and choir. So you've got that option if you're interested in rock band, because rock band is an option in 7th grade. So you can take a look at that. All right, and next slide. Okay, so our administration team. So let's see, Dr. Northington and Miss Rucker and Mr. Bankett are all on here. I'm not sure who's going to share this next part, but we have a wonderful administration team, and they are here to help.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Northington, assistant principal, and I'm also the 7th grade administrator, so I'm really excited about this year again. And Mr. Bankett is new to us. He's our Dean of Students. So I will be talking about our annual Title I meeting, unless Ms. Rucker, if you'd like to say something.
Just hello, I'm still here for you. I am excited about my 6th graders moving up to 7th grade and all the new things that they're going to be doing. So hello to everyone.
Mr. Bankett, would you like to say hello?
Hello, I'm Terrence Bankett, and I am the Dean of Students. I'm so happy to be at HG Hill this year. I'm looking forward to meeting all the wonderful kids.
Okay, so as I stated earlier, this is also our annual Title I and Family Engagement meeting. So just some information about Title I, what it helps us with, the monies that we receive through Title I. It helps us with smaller classes. It helps us buy additional teachers and paraprofessionals. The money helps us with training for our staff, extra instruction before and after school programs, parent and family engagement, and then supplies, equipment, and technology. Those are the things our Title I funds offer. And then for our parent and family engagement policy, that can be found on our Facebook at www.facebook.com/HG Hill Middle Prep. Okay, so next slide. What are the benefits of family engagement? We really want every family to be involved, especially during this time, having online school for now. We really want you to be involved in what's going on in your child's life. So that could look like you helping them to log in, helping them to access different information. But what that parent involvement does for students, it helps them with higher grades and test scores. They have better attendance. They're more positive attitudes and better behaviors when parents are involved. There's a greater enrollment in post-secondary education. And then there's higher graduation rates when parents are involved. For schools and teachers, there's improved teacher and staff morale because there's contact with parents. There's a higher ratings of schools and teachers by families. More support from families, higher student achievement, and increase and improve relationships with the community. I just want to brag on us for a moment. HG Hill had been a level 5 school for the last 3 years, so we're happy that parents are involved in students' lives and they want to help. Okay, so now our school improvement plan. This is the way parents can be involved. The school improvement plan is basically a plan that the school uses. It's a working document where we look at identifying what the needs are of our students, and we've already done that part of it. What are the academic and non-academic needs of our students? We have professional development of our staff and teachers. What does that look like? And then what are budgets? That's what we want parents to help us with. So if you're interested in being a part of the school improvement plan, or SIP, please contact me at Sheila, SHELIA.Northington, NORTHINGTON @MNPS.org. And this information is also on the website, and Maggie Dix, sorry. So our goals that we agreed upon for this school year is to increase language arts by 60%, increase academic achievement and growth, increase academic achievement and growth in mathematics, increase student attendance. And I'd like to say, just brag on us again, our student attendance was one of the best in the district, where we have students wanting to be at school. And then our fourth goal is to have a safe and healthy students, diverse and supportive school culture and climate for improved behavior. These are our goals for this year. And again, if parents, if you are interested in being a part of our school improvement plan team, please contact me when you can. And then our parent compact. So this is basically under Title I, a list of assurances, things that we want to be a part of. This is what our parents, our school, our teachers, parents, and students. This is all the things that we want you all to be a part of. So basically, this is what we pledge as teachers. So teachers pledge to provide high quality instruction for each student at his or her own pace. This is really important about the pacing. We pledge to provide a safe school environment that promotes learning. It'll be online this year, or for now. We will show respect with our words and actions for each child and his and her family. We pledge to come to school on time, prepared to teach, and teach state-approved curriculum. And then we pledge to hold parent conferences. That's going to be 2 times during the year. Provide parents a reasonable access to staff. So we already have the office hours that are available that Ms. McKinnis went over earlier. And then parents' opportunity to participate in their child's class. That's an assurance when we come back into school. And what we'd like for parents, we encourage parents to read daily and encourage their child to read daily. Show respect with my words and actions of your child. Provide a place for homework and check to see if all work is completed. This is going to be really important, especially with the virtual classes right now, that we make sure you ensure, or help us to ensure, that your kids are doing what they're supposed to do as far as classwork. And then with the communication, we want parents to communicate if there's something going on, either emotionally, socially, or academically. We have a school counselor, we have a social worker, we have family engagement, we also have Centerstone personnel. So we will have a variety of ways where we can help, especially with the social emotional, because during this coronavirus outbreak, we know there are things going on, so we want to make sure that you communicate with us so we can provide help. And then for students, we want the students, basically one sentence, be responsible for their actions and behaviors every day, to do their work and learn, respect property, feelings, and rights of others. Basically, we want people to be, students to be good citizens. So this form is available online on our website and also on the link. I forgot what it's called. Our link page.
Linktree, which we have on our Instagram page and our Facebook page.
Okay, thank you. So now is the time in this. You can either click on the website once you look at the email, or you can use the scan bar to vote whether you want to use the additional funds that we use for Title I, that we receive for Title I, for everyone in the school, or just a select group of students in the school. Again, if you go ahead and vote, because we want your input. Who do you want the money to be, the extra money to be used for? And remember that extra money is used for additional teachers, for paraprofessionals, for materials and supplies and things that we need in order for you to teach your child. So if you go ahead and go on and vote, click on the link, or you can scan it on your phone. And back over to Ms. McKinnis.
Okay, before we go forward and talk about immunizations, Mr. Wood has gotten his computer working, so he has joined us and we wanted to introduce him. So Mr. Wood, if you just want to introduce yourself, say a little bit about you, that would be great.
Hi, my name is Mr. Wood, and as Ms. McInnes had stated, my background is in music and songwriting. Last year was my first year at HG Hill, and I absolutely loved it. It was a strange ending and it's a strange beginning, but I really believe. And I love how we include creativity in HG Hill in all our subjects. And I'm really excited about meeting all the students.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Wood, for doing that. If anyone has questions, I know you can utilize the Q&A chat box. We've had a couple about teacher schedules that we are that I think we addressed. We can talk about that a little bit more. Whenever students get their full schedule, they will see who their teachers are. And let's see. So please use the chat box as needed. There's a little note, something special about 7th grade, that all 7th grade students need their immunizations. And so each student's shot records need to be given sent to the school. So Karen Barnes, they could be scanned and emailed to her. And so that way a student is up to date, get that taken care of. So that is for the shot records. And then if we could go, yeah, if we have any questions, let's see. I believe there was one about IEP students. Maybe someone had joined a little late. If I could have Ms. Humple or Ms. Goulas talk about the clips briefly.
So this is Dr. Northington. So it says, what about IEP students? Will they provide services for these students? IEP services will be provided. What each teacher has created is a clip. It's basically what we need to do in order to provide the accommodations and modifications and goals of their IEP, what we need to do in order to work a virtual environment. How are we going to make this happen? So each one of the teachers will be sending parents a copy of the clip, and also they'll be contacting each of the parent to tell them. So if a student has extended time for testing or for instruction, that's going to be a part of the IEP or the clip where we're going to provide that service. Ms. Humple, would you like to talk a little more?
We also have in our schedule, there will be PLT time and a math and a reading time that will work with students. And you will see that again when the schedules come out. So the biggest thing is to be patient, to wait for the schedules. We will be doing assessments with students starting August the 9th so that we have that ready to roll and begin material with them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. And if we could go to the next slide that has the teacher contact information. This is in the QR code. So I know we've had several of these up, but you just get your camera out on your phone and you can take a picture of it. And this PowerPoint will be available on our Linktree site if you need to look at it later, or if you need to scan from there with the teacher contact information with our emails. We're happy to answer any questions that come up, and we are really excited for this school year to start. I know we are ready to virtually meet all of our students and get this year going.
Okay, we have another question. When are we getting our students' personal schedules? Ms. Davis, would you like to take this?
Sure. I believe they have addressed that we will be receiving it on Schoology and on Parent Portal. You will receive your schedules and they will be completed before school starts.
Thank you.
And it's also very important to complete the related arts survey so that we can know the proper position for you for related arts.
This is Ms. Rucker. Also, I would like to add that the staff is working really hard to complete all of the schedules, but once we do complete that, we know that everyone's waiting. We will post that update on Facebook so that students can go in and check their schedules and see what hours and what teachers and things that they have.
And Ms. McInnes, this is Ms. Maggie. We also distributed laptops and hotspots to students today, yesterday and today, and so we've completed that for this week, but Dr. Jones has chosen to add one more day of distribution. We still have a few left that people can get, and that will be on Monday, August 3rd from 10 to 12:30 and from 5 to 6:30. That day also, one of our school partners, Belmead Methodist, has a nice little supply package for any student that shows up. Just drive through and we'll get you that. And we can also get you a laptop and a hotspot while supplies last. Again, Monday, August 3rd from 10 to 12:30 or 5 to 6:30, and we'd encourage you to do that. We'll also have a printed copy of that schedule that Ms. McInnes showed.
Okay, we have a couple of questions in the Q&A. Can you talk more about grading? Are the asynchronous assignments being graded? So I think every teacher can answer that.
Yes, so I can answer that. Yes, the asynchronous assignments will be graded. That will be a portion of the student's grade. There will also be factors such as participation. But yes, the asynchronous assignments will be graded and participation will be part of the grade also. Let's see, I see where someone has asked, where can I find the related arts survey? We can maybe scroll back to, there's a QR code for the related arts survey. And there's also, whenever this PowerPoint will be available, you can get the link to that through this, where you could click on that code. And I have just put in the Q&A box, I put the link for our link tree. So the link tree is going to be really helpful in getting a lot of these documents that we've talked about, access to our videos from the meetings, and there's all sorts of helpful information on there that we will constantly be updating as we get those. So that's something you could save that website. And again, that's on Facebook. It's on a pinned post at the top of our page, and on Instagram, it's in the bio. So we're trying to make it easier for everybody to find things and be able to access all of the resources. Let's see.
So
there's a question about homework. Let's see. So it would be, so homework, technically, all of the asynchronous assignments will be maybe like homework. You can think of it in that way. The asynchronous assignments will be done independently on the students on their own time. There wouldn't be the additional homework. Potentially, a teacher might encourage a student to read for 20 minutes, read a book for 20 minutes, something like that. But the assignments, the asynchronous assignments, would kind of take the place because it's essentially like homework.
And Ms. McInnes, I think I would add this on behalf of Dr. Jones. She has committed to the whole student population, because we know that you might have a 7th grader, you might have a 5th grader, you might have a 2nd grader. We can't deal with anything other than our 5th through 8th graders, but she has committed that in our environment, everything that's due will always be due on the same day. I think it's Thursday, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And then any testing that's to be done would always be on Friday, so that you won't have a kitchen full of Post-it notes that says this assignment is due Monday, this is Tuesday. Everything that's due is due on Thursday. Everything that's a test is on Friday.
Yes, and we will definitely make sure, that's kind of another point, to just always make sure your students keeping up with each Schoology page, each of their courses on there, and because we will keep the due dates, make sure they're very clearly noted on there. But yes, we will have an across the school due date that will be communicated on Schoology.
Ms. McKinnis, there's a question, another part of that. A parent wanted to know, in addition to normal studies in synchronous and asynchronous class, I think they think that the homework is different.
Oh, so and correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Northington, but I believe that it will be the synchronous assignments or the synchronous classes where you're interacting with your teachers, learning more about the content, having some SEL time, and really interacting, and then the asynchronous assignments. But I don't believe there will be separate homework.
No, you are correct. Asynchronous
Okay.
is when the students work independently and then they turn in the work.
Right. Yes. So it will be the independent work. For the retake policy, Dr. Northington or Ms. Rucker, can you handle that question?
So there will be a retake policy, just like if they were in a building. We'll assign those times where students can retake exams or homework. It's not our goal for students to fail. It's our goal for students to be successful and to master the content. So there will be a retake policy.
Perfect. Thank you. We've got time for any more questions, but if we really appreciate everyone joining and taking part in this virtual open house. And if you look at our contact information, we're happy to answer any other questions as they come up.
I think we'll stay open for a second. One other thing, Ms. McKinnis, is I know people have had questions about attendance. And just to reiterate, the way attendance works is that it runs through Schoology. So as long as you're on Schoology between 12:01 a.m. and 11:59 p.m. on any given day, your attendance counts for that day, because we know that people will need to watch the recorded classes. They'll need to do asynchronous at different times. So as long as you make that window 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m., your student will be counted as present for the day. We will also, though, we will take attendance. We will also check up on attendance to make sure that everybody's okay. So just wanted to point that out.
And Miss Maggie, this is Gwen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but students, what we're looking at is for them to be on in that time period about 6 to 6.5 hours, correct?
I mean, yes, Ms. Humple, that's ideal. And ideally, your students will be on in a synchronous manner with your teachers for those class periods where the schedule, like Ms. McKinnis showed. However, we know that's just not always possible for people, but overall, the coursework doing asynchronous and online classes should be it should mirror just about the same as a regular school day.
Thank you.
Okay, I think for further questions, please contact us via email or, oh, here's another question.
Oh, yes, that is Miss Shepard, our math teacher. She was having some connection issues, but she's been on as an attendee. And she is, she put in the chat box the MNPS IT. So if anyone has some technology issues where you need some help with that, there is the IT phone number.
And Miss Atkins, our school librarian, she'll be on site every day during the school year from 11 to 12 at school, so that if there's a broken laptop or there's any issue that needs to be addressed in person, she'll be able to help as well.
Let's see.
Okay, we have two more questions. I don't know if it's already been answered, but how will music classes work?
So related arts will be like the other classes. Ms. Humple, if you could go back to the schedule slide, that would be.
Yes, ma'am.
Just so I can reference that. So it will be having synchronous learning with all of your related arts classes. So it will obviously feel a little different than being in, say, the band room or rock band or choir, but you will still have 3 times a week you will get your related arts class synchronously. And so I'm sure our amazing related arts teachers have lots of great activities planned to make it seem as normal as possible for related arts. And I also see a question about classes being recorded. So the synchronous learning being recorded, asking if the students can go back and watch the recordings at any time. And yes, we will make sure that we are posting the recordings of the synchronous learning onto the individual Schoology course pages so that they will be accessible to watch. Maybe you just need to go back and catch something you missed earlier, or if you were unable to join, then definitely they will be on the Schoology pages.
While we're waiting for a couple more questions, I wanted to reiterate that we need parents to go ahead and state whether you want our funds to be used, our Title I funds to be used school-wide or just for those individual students who qualify for the additional assistance. And that link is on this PowerPoint and on.
Okay. And I realize some of you may be accessing this on your phone, and so you can't do the QR code as you are watching it, but we will make sure to have this PowerPoint up with the links that are included, so you can click on them after, and that will be on the Linktree site.
So there's a question, will my son get related arts credit if I teach him to play an instrument myself? So we have a band teacher who is going to teach the students to play the instruments. So if that student has signed up for band, then our new band teacher will be teaching him or her, or teaching him how to play an instrument. And it's not for high school credit.
I think you also want to remember to the parent that just asked the question that the band teacher will also be given assignments and work that will be graded. So you would not want your son to miss out on the opportunity to participate in that learning opportunity.
Okay, I guess we could go back to the slide with contact information. So the last slide, I think. That would be great. So we've got that on there. And we really appreciate everyone coming and joining in. And we are here for you all of the teachers. We're here to help. And we really want this to be as great of an experience as it can be. We'll try to be as positive as we can be and hope that we get this year off to a great start. So I believe if there are no more questions, then I think we're good. Yeah. All right. Thank you all again for coming, and we look forward to hearing from you and meeting all of your students. Bye.
Bye. Thank you all.